All right, this is back to our breaking news right now. There's Assistant Chief Jeremiah Hunter. This is in Columbia on that standoff we've been reporting on.
Regarding everything going on with the incident. Again, the reason why we're here is related to yesterday's homicide. And we're searching for a person of interest who we identified inside the apartment building. We had a search warrant for that apartment building. And again, we negotiated, communicated, tried to get him to come out peacefully. He did communicate with us for a while. Again, the shots were fired at our officers. Officers exchanged fire with him. And we communicated with him after that for a while as well. Recently, a little while ago, deputies made entry into the apartment building and found the subject deceased from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's preliminary. That's what we know at this time. So from here at this point, the criminal investigation is going to be conducted by MUPD into the officers involved. And our internal affairs officers will be conducting an investigation into whether any policies were violated. In addition to that, there's still the homicide investigation from yesterday that we're trying to piece together. Next of kin has been notified. We've talked with the family. And from this point on, we want to thank everyone who's assisted us. So many agencies came out to help us tonight and today. And if anyone in the public has any information regarding the homicide last night, whatever that might be, or any information that occurred tonight, to please contact us and get in touch with us. So,
are you releasing the suspect's name?
Yeah. The deceased was identified as Jermaine M. Burnett, 625 of 90.
Can you spell that for us, please?
Jermaine is Jermaine, middle M. Burnett is Burnett.
You said you had some past encounters with this man?
Over the course of several years, yeah.
Yeah, what kind of...
I don't know that right now.
You said MUPD will take over the investigation of the homicide, or what just...
Over the officer-involved incident, the shooting.
And what did it mean for the CPD to have so many other law enforcement agencies come out here and help with this investigation?
It means the world. We couldn't do this stuff without help. I mean, we have to have help. We have to have the public's help. Unfortunately, it didn't get resolved like we wanted to, peacefully. And you know, without them, without everyone chipping in, wouldn't be here.
Is there any reason to believe he was struck by officer gunfire? Did he have any other wounds?
It's preliminary. I can't tell you one way or the other at this time. That's why Boone County Sheriff's Office and Missouri State Highway Patrol were both on scene. MU was not. That's why we asked them as an independent agency to come and conduct that investigation.
Can you talk about the relationship between Jermaine and the victim?
I can't.
Why he might have been there that night?
I can't get into that investigation right now.
And what prompted deputies to go in?
After we handed off the tactical command of that incident, they did some room clearing with different technologies and deemed it safe enough to make entry for a minute and found the deceased.
Speaking of technology, we saw robot, we saw drones.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about how maybe those were integral to your investigation today?
They were an extreme asset for safety.
And is there anything that those living in the apartment complex should know at this time?
It's safe to go back home now. The fire department is there helping us to ventilate some of the gas that was introduced, and so everyone should be fine.
And is there any updates or updates in terms of the potential hostages that we discussed earlier?
No, not at this time.
Any reason why he was at this location?
We have some suspicions, but we're not going to get into that right now. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Good.
Okay, I think we're all good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
All right. There you have it from Assistant Chief Jeremiah Hunter with the Columbia Police Department. An update there that the person that they had been in that standoff with now for several hours, Morgan, found dead from what they suspect is self-inflicted gunshot wound. That person's name, Jermaine M. Burnett. I caught the birth year 1990. I don't know if you happen to remember the day.
I do not.
No, that's fine.
Did not
That's
catch
fine.
it.
Yeah. So birth year 1990. Jermaine M. Burnett, the person that they had been speaking to, really all afternoon, all evening long in this standoff. That again, a suspected self-inflicted gunshot wound that that Burnett died from there. Of course, that lots of different agencies, Morgan, now investigating lots of different things.
Yes, and that scene now seems to be clear, safe to go home, as he said. So there's the news for those who live in that apartment complex, that everything is under control to an extent.
Yeah, very, very true. That's I know probably a lot of anxious people in that apartment complex.
Yes.
I mean, it's a rather large complex as far as they go in Columbia. I know there's a number of 4-plexes, 8-plexes there throughout the area. So anxious all day long, I'm sure. For people there. This is video from this afternoon of police first responding there. So, a lot of, good questions, interesting questions. How is this person related to the homicide, right? Not to forget that this is all connected to a killing in South Columbia of Janet Jago there on Tayside Circle. So what's the connection? Why do we suspect this person? You heard Chief Hunter there. I mean, not getting into it at this time. Perhaps at a later date, that information comes out, but I know again, lots of people investigating lots of different things, that being one of them.
And as soon as information comes out, I mean, we will share it here on ABC 17 News and online updates on abc17news.com. So stay updated on those platforms.